everybody, and welcome to this tutorial for a Sparks generator in Disney Infinity 3.0. But before we get to show you how to actually produce this particular Sparks generator, I need to go over a few things. Firstly, I want to give credit to the Erdaddy twins for creating this particular version of a Sparks generator. There's many ways you could go about doing this, but this was a pretty cool one, and it gives you a pretty good introduction to some of the new toys, in particular the path tool for Disney Infinity 3.0. So it's going to be really easy to do. You're going to follow step by step what I do. I'm going to show you exactly what to do, so feel free to pause as many times as you want to. And of course, once you've built this, you'll be able to share it with your friends so that they'll be able to utilize it as well if they want to. So what does this Sparks generator do? It does two things. It will level your characters from level 0 to level 20 very quickly, and it will give you all the Sparks you need to buy everything from the toy store. But before continuing, I have to give the same warning I gave in 2.0. I do not necessarily recommend leveling all your characters to level 20 because it will impede the gameplay experience. If I was going to do it and I really wanted to get the most I could out of this game, I'm most interested in the gameplay, not so much the toy box. What I would do is maybe level your favorite character to level 20 so you've got a really good, strong character to play with, but let the other characters organically grow. The second thing is, if you really want to get in the toy box, you almost have to use this tool or something similar to unlock the toys at any sort of pace. It will take you forever and a day to unlock the toys naturally. Myself, it took about 3 or 4 days of using this Sparks generator to unlock everything, okay? But it is frustrating if you want to be a toy box artist or a toy box imagineer. It is frustrating when you don't have your full palette available to you. So that's those warnings out the way. The last warning I want to give is that it's a great system, but unlike 2.0, I feel, I have been experiencing some crashes on the PS4 version of the game using this tool. And what happens is, if the game crashes, say an hour into running this Sparks generator, you lose all the Sparks that were earned up to that point. Your character level will remain because your character level is stored on the actual figure itself, but you will lose all the Sparks you earned, and any toys you unlocked in that session before it crashed will also not be remembered that they have been purchased. So the way I recommend in which you do it is that you put it on, and every, say, 10-15 minutes come in, purchase toys with the Sparks that you've got, then exit out of the Sparks generator and reload it back up. That way you know your progress has been saved and you're not wasting any time. Now granted, this was on the PS4 that I experienced this. It might be a lot more stable on Xbox One. I honestly don't know, but I'm just giving you the warning now because there's nothing more frustrating than coming back after, say, an hour watching a movie and finding the blue screen of death on your screen, and you've wasted all that time earning those Sparks. So that's just a precautionary warning. Now, let's do the part that you've all been waiting for. Let's work out how to actually build this contraption so you can start earning those Sparks and leveling those characters. So let's go back in time. I forgot to do the thing. Let's go back in time. Alright, let us begin. So first, obviously, we need to start a brand new toy box. So let's do that. Create an empty toy box. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is bring up our ribbon, and we need to find the blocks. Let's go find that. Basic blocks. Here we go. Going to start with a triangular block. Put in the middle. This is going to make sure all the Sparks are getting directly in our path. Now you can theme this if you want, but obviously that's not going to have any effect on the actual device. That'll do.
Doesn't really matter. You can just leave it plain if you want. Okay, and the other blocks we're going to need are an upright piece like this, vertical ramp, but at the moment I'm not going to put it. I'm just going to add it to favorites by hitting square because I'll come back to it later. The first thing I want to do is make sure that my vehicle is set up. So let's go to the Creativitoys. Now, if you have anything to do with the toy box, I suggest you favorite this path tool ASAP because you're going to use it a lot when building toy boxes. It's this one right here. As you can see, I've already favorited it. But basically what we're doing here is we want to create a path around this particular brick, and the way we do that is we go just before the last one, hit exit. We go into Spark mode with R1, go to your path starting point, go to settings, properties. You want to activate it on, you want it to be looped on. That means it's going to connect in a continually flowing path. And you want to take the auto start objects, turn that to off, because basically that means when you connect a vehicle to the path, you don't want it to just automatically start going around because it makes it hard to connect the rest of the logic. Everything else can stay the same there. Possibly the speed might be increased, but you could tweak that. That's not... Speed is obviously reference to how fast the vehicle goes around the path. So the next thing we want to do is want to put a vehicle down to make sure that it's not going to touch, that it's as close to that middle pylon as possible. I'm going to use the Stark car here, so I'm going to place that down, back into Spark mode, properties, on the vehicle, go to new path connection, connect it. Now when you're connecting something to a path, you have to use the green node, so I'm going to connect that toy box path. Then we want to go to the vehicle, go to properties, toy box path, orientate along path. That means it's going to follow the path, otherwise it'll stay that it looks like it's driving around anyway. When you put orient along path, it'll make sense when you see it in action. Next thing we need to do, we need to apply some logic to the vehicle so that it starts and stops based on when we're in it. So we need to go settings, new logic connection, when entered, go to the path, go reset and play, new logic connection, when exited, reset and stop. Okay, so let's try that. We should now have a vehicle going around that middle pylon. A little wonky, but it's doing it. Okay, exit vehicle. Now we can try and tweak that a little bit if we wanted to by bringing these, you can move the individual nodes. See, that looks a little close to me. I guess we could use the offset, but I'm going to leave it like that because I think that's fine. For all intents and purposes, I think that'll be fine. Alright, so now we need to go to our favorites, custom filters, recently used favorites, and we use our vertical ramp. Okay, so this is where we're going to put these ramps in. It's slightly touching the vehicle there, so I'm going to have to adjust that path a little bit, but that's alright, we'll do that. We'll keep building this anyway. So the purpose again of this is that it's going to capture all those sparks. We need to get rid of this exit spark. We need to get rid of our sidekick because he's in our way. Sidekicks. Who is it? Yeah, remove from world. There we go. Right, so I'm going to move these. Just going to delete that one. Delete this one as well. Delete this one. Just gonna have to move it a little bit along the path so I can access the thing. Start point. There we go. Exit vehicle. Move. Okay. Exit. Actually going to delete this one as well. Okay, so we've got a nice little circle there now. So let's exit that, try that. That's nice, you're not going to get any tighter than that. Alright, exit. Move. Custom filters. Favorites. Okay. Now again, just to make sure that nothing escapes, let's go to go back to blocks. Just put a tall block in. Standard upright block, and nothing should be able to get out of there. It's going to be contained. Excellent. Now while we're here, we need to go to platforming toys, put an elevator in to make sure that we can gain access to the device. I'm going to put one on each thing here. Remember, we spawn on this grey spot, which is new to Disney Infinity 3.0 by default. So now we're going to be able to get into the said arena. Right, now we need to go back to our Creativa toys, and we need to put down 5 enemy generators, which just for prettiness we'll put behind. 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to put 5 locators in our box here. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I want to connect each of those locators, new locator connection, to one of these enemy generators. That's 1. New locator connection. 2. New locator connection. 3. New locator connection. 4 and 5. Locator connection. Generation location. Okay. Next item is the trigger area. We need to create a trigger area that covers this whole arena. We adjust it using this node here. Just like that. Now we need a... what's it called? A destruction thing anyway. A kill switch, I think it's called. Let's find that. It looks like a pyramid. Here it is. Alright, so we're just going to put a kill switch. Doesn't matter where, anywhere. That'll do. We're going to connect that. Actually, exits. Going to connect that to the trigger area here. So, new logic connection, entered, AI, any, come down, connect that to this trigger area. Defeat. Excellent. Now we need to create a repeater. This one here. I'm going to place a repeater down. I'm going to say firstly going to set the rate to every, say, we'll start off with 3 seconds. You can adjust it to get the right balance, but we're going to start with 3 seconds. New logic connection. Repeat. We want to spawn random boss enemy. New logic, repeat. 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 Random boss enemy. Okay, now we need to link that to the car. So, new logic, entered, on, new logic, exited, off. I believe that is it. So those that don't know how these work, basically what's happened is the enemies are going to spawn in that trigger area. They're immediately going to be defeated. All the sparks are going to drop onto the ground there, and you in the car are going to be able to pick them up. So let's give that a try. And I'll just put a character on with that's not level 20. We'll see how this goes.
Alright, and there you have it, all working as you can see. So use it wisely. Again, don't wreck your game. Use it how you need to use it. You can obviously earn sparks. Once your character reaches level 20, you'll still continue to earn those sparks. So don't feel like you have to level all your characters, but you can if you wish. And please, if this helps you out, share the video with your friends, and by all means share your creation, your sparks generator, with all your friends to save them time having to build it. Although, as you can see, it's only like a 15-minute process when you know what you're doing. So if you want to see any more tutorials for Disney Infinity 3.0, I highly recommend that you check out toyboximagineer.com. That's a website that I'm constantly updating with brand new tutorials, and I hope to have a lot of Disney Infinity 3.0 tutorial content there. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, DisneyInfinity.tv, and if you're into podcasts, we have a Disney Infinity podcast for the community, and you can find that on iTunes. It's called Inside Infinity, but you can also find that on our website at ditv.co. Thank you for watching. Give it the thumbs up, give it the thumbs down. Just interaction, and of course any questions, put it in the comments. We have the best community going around. Some will answer you if you have any particular questions, but I think this tutorial was pretty easy to follow and please enjoy Disney Infinity 3.0.